I want to show or present Asantys and the solar solutions or our work, how they impact the Sustainable Development Goals. So let me give, can you please get to the next slide? Let me quickly introduce Asantys. We're a German-based solar system integrator and EPC, founded in 2009, and we're looking into designing and delivering high-quality solar systems. We work with local partners all over the world, although we have a very strong focus on Africa, as you can see on the map. We're aiming to implement projects quickly and cost effectively. We provide services like engineering, logistics, installation, project management, trainings, everything which is kind of required. And we see us as a linking point between developers on the ground, operators on the ground, financiers all over the world, the local partners who we work with, and us is kind of like a strong relationship, and we develop this relationship over years. Until now, we have installed more than 7,600 systems in 55 countries. That number probably needs an update from this year, as well as the turnover numbers, which you can see here. So for us, as a social entrepreneur, we don't only see commercial goals as the main achievement. Our vision is to have a renewable energy revolution, providing clean, secure, and affordable energy for everybody. And I think that is what's turn over to the next slide, sorry. That's what we are actually also wanting to show with the SDG goals. Next slide, please. Jens or Okan, can you put the next slide? Seems some issues. There we go. So yeah, of course, the main goal which we're impacting, sorry, that is one too far. Yes, is SDG 7 with affordable and clean energy. So we're working only or mainly with solar energy, solar projects, and those are then of course impacting other parts, and some of our work is divided into, let's say, these 4 sections. So generally energy access, sorry, there's a slight issue here. Energy access and improved power supplies, which probably supports on SDG 9, probably in the later development also SDG 10 and 11. We have started to work this year also more in the productive use of energy applications, so providing clean water, sanitation. Nice that we had a presentation on that one just before, but then also, for example, cooling. Victor is one of our partners with self-chill, so to provide additional service than just the energy, just solar energy, and for that also then improving SDG 6, 12, 3, 2, depending on how far we want to take it. Another point which we're involved in is the training section. So we're trying to improve that in all our projects, which then leads to 4 equal education, and then also to SDG 8 in the long term, as a goal for us. Generally, all our systems are solar driven, and we try to reduce the use of diesel generators. So that's where we kind of like have the CO2 reduction. I'll go into all of these points a little bit later in these different slides, but I'll focus on the main 4 or 5 topics which are in the middle. All of this as a long-term goal, of course, come into the SDGs of no poverty, number 1, gender equality 5, the peace and justice, number 16, and number 17 as well. All right, next slide, please. So main point is SDG 7, affordable and clean energy. So in that regard, we're supporting renewable energies, especially promoting solar energy. We're providing customized solution for energy solutions or solar energy solutions and hybrid systems. providing high quality PV products and energy efficient appliances. And through that, we kind of have this ensuring the access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, modern energy for all. In that regard, we're focusing on developing countries, so mainly Africa, a little bit Latin America, a little bit Asia, and in total trying to increase the global percentage of renewable energies. The promotion of research, technology, and investments in clean energy is something which we're doing at the site. So we're involved in a couple of R&D projects and always partnering also on the investment side so that projects can be funded. Next slide, please. The SDG 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. I think we mainly focus here on the energy access and improving the power supply infrastructure available. So electrification of villages or just humanitarian settings is something which we're working on with partners. We're also upgrading CNI infrastructure, so businesses, commercial units, industries, so to bring them from diesel generator powered systems to solar, maybe also backup systems, improving the autonomy or the independence from the grid outages, and for that trying to get the development to a sustainable future improved. We're addressing humanitarian settings, as I said, migration challenges, trying to get how do you say, opportunities in the rural areas and therefore, keep the people there, giving them an opportunity in that area, not needing to migrate to the towns or maybe to other countries. The access to communication technologies and information is an important point, and of course education. I've mentioned already business opportunities. That is a part which we're trying to address. So these points then kind of come into the SDG 11 and 10, especially reducing inequalities, for example, between rural areas and towns or between countries with energy access or not. Next slide, please. These are the pure solutions, so productive use of renewable energy, which we're offering. This is just two of them, water purification or water pumping, water purification to provide clean water and sanitation. And the other one is cooling systems. So the cooling system, as I mentioned before, we're partnering with Self-Chill, which Victor has presented before. We're improving the cold chain and therefore food preservation, so reducing the food losses, improving sustainability, sustainable production and consumption. We're working on a couple of other projects as well, which would come in here, so that is probably something which we'll present next year. And all of these are leading to, well, better health and well-being and the Zero Hunger SDG goals. Next slide, please. As I mentioned before, training is one of our main or additional services which we provide to our system designs and supplies. So training engineers, technicians from partner companies so that installations are done properly, that maintenance can be done according to the needs. We're training local technicians in communities who are then operating the sites in the villages or wherever they're installed, and of course also training decision makers and other stakeholders to get a bit of a background information or take the right decisions. Focusing on transferring knowledge and skills, specifically solar energy, off-grid systems, hybrid systems, on which we're working, trying to empower individuals and communities to take over activities themselves and develop. And then, of course, increasing the number of people with relevant skills for financial success, and therefore then also decent work and economic growth is one of the resulting SDG goals, which we're looking at here. Next slide, please. Yeah, finally, SDG 13. I think that one everyone is putting up in our area. Our rural electrification has a high renewable energy share. So our rural electrification systems have a high renewable energy share. We're also looking into e-mobility at the moment. So we're invested in Africruise, which you can see the photo in the bottom. And we have, for example, already transferred safari vehicles to electromobility, to actual electrical vehicles powered by solar. Yeah, so that is the main aim, to actually reduce combustion engines or diesel generators, reducing CO2 emissions and increasing the solar energy share in total. That's the summary, I suppose. Next slide, please. Yeah, that's the final slide. So thanks everyone for listening. Thanks for having me. If you have any questions, please raise them or get in contact for any projects which you would be interested in, where we can support. Thanks.